I thought I'd do an impromptu stream. I haven't set one of these up before. It's kind of a bit of a weird setup. I'm using my iPhone 7, looking down my workbench, and I've got my webcam on my Mac. So it's just sitting next to me. It's kind of bizarre. Unplanned. It seems to be working. And I've got a peak concurrent of one person viewing, and that's me, I believe. That's okay. So what do I plan to do? I've got this capacitive touch sensor that I got in my unexpected mail the other day, and I want to connect this to my ultrasonic eyes to see whether the PLA up top here is too thick or not to actually register the touch. I have a funny feeling that if I mount it inside here and I go to touch, it's not going to work. So my options then would be to cut a hole so I can actually touch the sensor from here, cut a hole, put a button in, or maybe even reprint this and just print a section that's the size of the sensor, make it really thin, make it like 1/2 mil thick, so it'll be super thin on the top, and it might actually work. So that's my plan. The first thing I need to do is connect the sensor to the board. So I need to get the board off this double-sided tape that I used. And I used double-sided tape so I could do this, get it off at some point, but I think it's pretty stuck. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get it off without potentially busting the board. I might need to get a knife into it, or a screwdriver, or something. Got a knife. Okay, I might just try cutting through it, although I doubtful that's going to work. Yeah, it's going to be super hard to get through. Okay, get a screwdriver. So why am I live streaming this, you might ask? Well, I don't know. I don't even know if the audio is going to be any good because I'm using my Mac to pick up the audio, and the Mac's sitting about almost a meter away from me at the moment. Okay, I'm going to break this. This is crazy. I've used 2 bits of double-sided tape inside there, as you might be able to see. And boy, is it holding it. Come on. I don't mind if I destroy the tape, because I can always get some more put on. But what I don't want to do is accidentally snap the board. Come on. It's very hard to solder the back of the board when it's stuck. Okay, this is coming off now. Fantastic. Oh, there we go. We got it off. That's a super thick piece. Okay, that's a start. I wonder if anyone's watching. Nope. All by my lonesome. That's okay. So I'm going to use digital pin 7. It's not going to be any easy way to place this. I'm going to use digital pin 7, which is going to be this wire here, the yellow wire, and of course I've got VCC and ground. They're kind of easy to put in. So the theory is if I set this up and it doesn't work, I could always just take these off because I'm just using the DuPont cables. I can always take these off and use a button instead. I've actually got a nice red round button or square button that I can put up here, momentary button. So I can use that instead. So it won't be a great loss if this doesn't work. But it'd be nice if it did, because the whole just touching the top would be kind of interesting. Okay, I'll tin the iron. Give it a bit of a clean. Okay, so let's just stick the VCC and ground on. I'm not going to move them away from each other so I don't accidentally do a bridge across them. This can be a little bit difficult to solder, I think. Yeah, because this won't even stay in. Where's my blue tack? I need some blue tack, and I had some blue tack. Where's it gone? Okay, here it is. I used it to hold up a sign on my door saying recording the other day because 3 times now my wife has walked in on me while I was recording, even though I've told her, hey, don't come in, I'm about to start recording. And within minutes, she'd forgotten, and she'd come in to tell me something and interrupted my recording. So let's I may not be able to see what I'm doing because this is moving around a bit. Not the best camera angle for this. Okay, looks okay. Looks good enough. Good enough that I can remove it afterwards if I need to. There you go. Okay. I'm just going to check. Does this even work? Does this sound live? It does. Okay. Cool. Now I need to do D7. Okay. A, B, C, D, D7 on this side of the board. Get that pin right. It's going to be right where the tape is actually, so I better not do that. I'll stick blue tack. Okay, there's the pin just here, as you can see. Let's solder that up. Very bad angle. You can't even see what I'm doing. It keeps moving. That's it. Come on, get onto the pad. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so that should be the sensor connected. I hope. Let's get the blue tack off. It's fairly temporary, but that's okay. Okay, I've got my microcontroller cable plugged in. I should move the knife out of the way. I'm pretty sure there's an LED on here. Looks like a little LED. So I'm assuming that when I plug it in, if it's working, there'll be power going to it and it should light up. I hope. Let's plug it in. Microcontroller's gone. Yep, little green LED. Not sure if you can see that. Just to confirm. Oh. Why the light's not working? If I rip something out by accident, the eyes. Let's do a reset. Okay, let's unplug that. I might have knocked something out. That would be bad if I did. I was pulling pretty hard on the board. Oh, no, that time it booted and the eyes worked. That was weird. Okay, well, the eyes are working. The touch is working. Now, I've already got some code up, which you can't see, which should be printing the word touch if I press the button. I wonder if I can... Let's see if I can get that up on the stream. I'm going to try to get the serial output up so we can see what's happening. Bear with me a moment. This should be fun. Window capture. Serial. Let's see if we can find the window. Arduino. Is that the one? Oh, that is the one. Okay. So we have a serial output, which I'm going to stick just down here for now. It's kind of small, but we should be able to see if it works. If I just hit touch. Nothing. Oh, okay, that did work. Is that just a delay? Oh, okay, it's working. I'm touching. I'm not doing any debouncing or anything. It looks to me like this is actually doing a bit of a debounce or something. I've got a 250 millisecond delay in the loop for the eyes anyway. Okay, so that is working. Now what I want to know is, does the back of it work? Which is this silver here. It says touch on this side. I want to know if it works on this side. Okay, it looks like it does. That's great. The reason I want to know if it works on that side is because if I'm going to mount it as close as possible to the top, that side there obviously has the header pins sticking out of it, and it's got a little IC on there and the resistors and the LED, and so it's going to be hard to get that flush with the top. So the big question is, will this work? Oh, did I? Okay, it's just stuck to the bottom. Let me just pull this off. Get it around. Didn't do a great job of soldering that out of the way. Let's see if I hold this here. Let me just close the serial out, clear the serial output. There we go. So if I hold that here. Oh, look at that. It goes through. I really didn't think it would. So the 250 millisecond delay is not great, because that's obviously hampering my ability to touch it. Just to prove that theory, I'm going to clear the output again. It's going to go to the code, and I'm going to change that delay. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the delay at the moment, which is, I need to have some delay in there, but just because I want the eyes to be able to update. I'm just building right now. I want the eyes to be able to update and have time for them to change state before the code tells it to try to change them again. Okay, is that compiled? It is. Okay, so that's running right now. Just to check, put my hand there, it should. Oh, it's picking up my finger in front of the other one. I put my hand there. Yep, eyes are moving. My computer also sounds like it's about to take off. The fan's going. So if I put this just under here, okay, the touch is definitely working. There we go. It's actually repeating. So it works, and it works with the PLA. I actually can't believe it. I'm in a bit of shock. So the idea is to mount it inside. I have to, I might actually just tape it at the front, just here, and push. No, is it not working now? Is it just not high enough? Yeah, that didn't seem to work. Is this working? That is. Let me just clear the output again. I can find the output. Clear. Okay, let me put it inside again. There's actually some wires in the way. I need to shift them out. Okay. Okay, no, it's definitely working. It's just, yep, there it goes. So I'm thinking I'm going to mount this in here just with some gaffer tape for now. I don't want to hot glue it in place because I don't want to accidentally get hot glue over the sensor area. I'm going to grab some gaffer. Trusty gaffer. At least for now. I mean, right now the button doesn't do anything. I don't even have any other eye designs in there right now. But if I not that much, I think. Here's my knife. But now that there's a button there, I can actually put different eye designs in. For those of you that don't know, I just posted my first build instructions on Hex.io, Hacker.io. Wow, I can't even pronounce it. And it's for the UltrasonicEyes. Obviously it doesn't have the button or the capacitive touch in it. It's pretty exciting. Like I'm excited, I have to admit. I don't particularly like writing stuff up. It's my least enjoyable thing to do. Or one of my least enjoyable things to do. So the fact that I actually got around to doing it, I should say, is pretty exciting. I'm going to have to cover over these. Yeah, I need it to be pretty flush. I'm hoping that I'm not going to affect it by doing this. That's not thin enough. I need something a bit thinner. Let me grab this other bit. It's a bit long. So I'm going to shorten this. Okay. Yeah, so I wrote up the project, which is exciting for me, and it's live. And if anyone wants to learn how to build this project from scratch on a breadboard, it's got all the instructions, all the wiring diagrams. Okay, let's see if I can get this in without accidentally sticking the gaffer to things that it shouldn't be stuck to. Okay. Is that in place? Let's find out. Let's clear the output. And let's touch. No! Why is that not working? Maybe it's not close enough. Okay, that's me picking it up from the bottom. Is it just... Oh boy. Come on. Pick up touch. Pick it up. Nope. Now we have nothing. Why do we have nothing? It's just not close enough. Okay, now it's touching. Okay, just got a message up on my phone. Looks like just even being that tiny millimeter away is causing a problem for it. And what I mean by tiny millimeter is this. Let me split it out. So just the thickness of the pins, the solder pins there that you can see is enough to pull it away from the board, from the top. So I can try cutting those and trimming them down. I should probably disconnect this when I do. I'm not sure. I mean, they're soldered on this side, not on the other side, so I have to be careful. Wouldn't want to take too much off. I know this is not super close. I'm not doing this very close to the camera. I don't want to cut the solder off, solder blobs, but I can definitely cut these closer, I think. The question is, will I damage the joints by doing so? Okay, I got that quite good actually. Let's just check that it still works. We've got, don't know which pin's which. Here we've got ground, VCC. Let's just pull this through because that's just ridiculous where it is. And T7, okay, well it's powered, which is great. And yeah, it's recognizing my touch, as you can see, I'm holding it. So maybe we've got that enough. Let's just clear that. Let's try sticking it back on again. It should be at least a millimeter closer to the PLA now. Is it enough? Let's find out. It's clear my output. Please touch. Please. No. Oh, kind of. It's working. It's just not great. It definitely works. So the question is it better than having a button? Putting a button here would definitely work. Let me just grab a little button and show you what I'm simply putting on. So I've just got these little, whoops, let's move this out of the way. It's got these little red top round buttons. I've got square as well. There's something like that sitting there. If I cut the right size hole and it's set just there, for instance, and it was low, the red on the red, I mean, that could work. That could be nice. This is definitely working. I think the feedback is the problem. Like, you're not going to know if you touched it or not. I'll obviously put a delay so it'll only let you touch it, let's say, every second or so, or 2 seconds, so you don't get multiple hits. And I don't even know how many different eye designs I'll come up with. I've got a few ideas. I want to do a square one, like they're kind of round and cartoony right now. I'd like to do square. And I'd like to do, I don't know, what else we could do. Maybe like bullseye. That'd be kind of cool. So it's definitely working, just not great. Now, if I had a piezo in there, I could make it go beep every time you push it, and you know when it's pushed. Give some feedback. It just doesn't feel fantastic. But it's in, it's working. I can definitely do the code for it now. Move this button out of the way. Like, wow, that red's on my fingers. Look at that. It looks like I've got some form of radiation burn or something. That's a pretty cool effect. So it's definitely working. I might just extend the library, the code, to do some different eyes. So I haven't actually done a follow-up video yet that goes over the code, and I was waiting to do that for the button. I wanted to have the button or the touch, capacitive touch in there first before I went through the code, because my plan was obviously to extend the code to support the button and to put some different eyes in. And now that I've actually polished up the code, because it was a bit messy, and put it on the... Oh! Hey Dave, what are you doing awake? It's got to be super late for you. Welcome back, by the way, if you're back from the holiday. Hope you had a great holiday. Soldered joints interfered with my project 2. I soldered wires onto the bottom of mine. Left the top flat. My 3D printed case was slightly thinner than yours though. Yeah, I could always reprint it. It's a lot of PLA to waste if I do. This took about 8 hours to print. It's pretty bad. But of course, if I made it thinner, and I could definitely make it thinner. This is super strong. I don't know how thick that is. I think it's a couple of mil. I could definitely make it thinner, and that will help. I thought about actually, yeah, pulling the headers out of the board and just soldering some wires on flat at the back. And I can still do that, I guess. The other thing I could just do is actually scrape that out, maybe, somehow, to make it thinner. It is definitely working. I might reprint another case. I don't know. Shh, I am asleep. You're the only person on my stream looking right now, Dave. Thank you. I feel honoured that you're actually typing while asleep. That's a pretty good skill. But yeah, the code's done. It's nice and clean now. Lots of comments everywhere. So I don't feel so bad about doing another video to review it. So that's all I really want to do on this live stream right now, just to see if I could even do a live stream. And the fact that I could use my iPhone is pretty exciting. And now that this is in, kind of, I guess you'll get to find out on the next part of the video. Will that be part 3 now? I think it might be part 3. Because this is going to be a part 2. Whether I reprint the case, whether I pull the board out and remove the headers, or whether I don't know how I could even scrape it and make that thinner. I don't know. I guess I'll keep you all guessing until part 3. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. No one was watching except for David. Again, welcome back. Exciting to have you back, David. Hope you had a good time. And yeah, until, whoops, I shouldn't bang the desk like that. Until part 3. Thanks very much. Bye.